Hello, I'm Urinstein and this is my tutorial for Hotline Miami speedrunning, specifically for the 12-hour challenge. There are other tutorials around, which are very long. They go into great detail, which is great, but those aren't meant for someone who wants to do his best in a 12-hour challenge. If you take Snowfat's tutorial, for example, that thing clocks in at almost 5 hours. He explains all kinds of shit. You don't have that time. And you might not even be that invested. You might just want to get a run and never think about Hotline again. In that case, I want you to use your time as efficiently as possible. So that's why this tutorial exists. And it's also the reason why I will give you suggestions which I wouldn't give to someone who says, oh, I will devote my whole life to Hotline. Because what is a waste of time to you is great for them, and what is great for them is a waste of time. The other way around. Whatever. You get what I mean. So the first suggestions are, do ng plus all levels. It's the purest category, it's the most competitive category, the most popular, and the easiest. There are no skips, no huge speed tech, it's just playing the game well. Really the only speed tech Hotline has are the skips, which are really rather finicky and you won't really understand them properly if you're new to the game because the AI is so horrible. So we do ng plus all levels. And I'm gonna tell you to play Tony. Tony used to be the non-plus ultra mask for this game. Until people got really good at the game and Brandon nowadays is about 30 seconds faster than Tony. Easily 30 seconds faster in this category. But Brandon, his abilities to really make the most use of them, you want to practice for 100 hours or more, so that's a lot more than 12. Tony's advantages, they come handy instantly. You're gonna notice that you're playing Tony immediately and you're gonna thank God. So let's just get right into it. Right into the run. So you start this category by going into new game. Now I'm playing in Japanese just for the memes, but it'll say the top option in whichever language you play is new game. And when you click it, that's when the time starts. So let's go. First thing you want to do, hold right click. Holding right click skips every cutscene, every dialogue immediately. Some dialogues you can also skip relatively quickly by just spamming left click when there are just 1 or 2 lines. If it's longer, then it makes more sense to hold right click, but in principle what you do is just hold right click and spam left click whenever you know there's a cutscene, and the game will choose the fastest option for you. Alright, so the first level is incredibly simple, but there are a few more general things I want to explain. So you choose Tony by just going 2 down. You should have... This category is New Game Plus, so you have played through the game already, or you play on a file where you have played through the game already. However, if you don't have a file, first of all you can download it on speedrun.com on the Hotline page under resources if you like. If you're too lazy, just play through 2 levels and you'll unlock Tony. That's not hard. So all you need is Tony for this, what I'm gonna show you. 2 down, left click, there you go. Tony can not only punch people with his fists, I mean everyone can punch people with their fists, but he can kill people with his fists. So he will never have to worry about melee weapons. You know, melee weapons are relatively complex in this game, or complicated rather, because they are different and blah blah blah, and there's a lot of discussion. No discussion with Tony, you use fists. He also, however, executes people in just 1 hit when they're lying on the ground. So when he's lying on the ground and I press space, it only takes me one left mouse click to execute him. And between pressing space and left click, there's no delay. I can do it immediately. So if you were to look at this, boom, he's dead. So with any other mask, it's great uncomfort when someone gets knocked down to the ground. With Tony, you don't even notice it. And you can't just keep pressing up. I just keep pressing W as I walk over him, execute him. I don't even notice that I stopped walking. There you go. And this dude you just punch. And that's for the rest of this level as well. You just punch everyone. No biggie. Punch, punch, punch. You'll be doing a lot of melee, especially because the strats I'm going to show you are mostly melee based, because in my opinion they are a lot easier. Since you don't make any noise, you don't lure anyone, so you can pick out people one by one, instead of having to deal with large groups of people in an open field. So you need to get used to the melee. One thing that might be awkward is the timing for the punches. You need to probably don't click the punch button when you're like in someone. Do it in front of them, like before you reach them, before they reach you, left click, because the KO zone is essentially exactly your sprite, so it takes a split second for your fist to even go out and punch someone. So if you're having trouble with melee, you probably need to punch a bit earlier. There, you punch these dudes, and then here, if you walk up here, what you probably see is this. This is not good. For two reasons. Well, first of all, you can't see the dudes in the top. That's why I always hold shift. That's why everyone in the top 10 of the leaderboard always, constantly, without an exception, holds shift. I know it's awkward, I know you don't want to do it, but I'm telling you to, and you're going to. Otherwise, no one's gonna come to your channel and want to help you, because clearly you can't even follow the simplest, most important rule of holding shift all the time. It's such a powerful thing. Again, and when I'm standing here, I can barely see one quarter of the level of the floor. If I hold shift, I can see everything if I want. Look at this. I can see everything at once even. Hey, that's great. So that's an obvious advantage. If I walk up to these dudes, I can see them coming from a mile away. If I don't, they come at high speeds. So there's not a lot of time to react if I only have this much space to work with to react to them. So that's why you want to hold shift, but also just to make sure that you understand how great shift is. One more thing, you can see that the camera moves with your mouse cursor. Or more precisely, it always centers on the point that is exactly in the middle between your character model and the cursor. So once you get used to this, maybe sleep a night or two over this, your brain will acclimate to this and realize that just by seeing where your character model is, and you don't have to look at your cursor, you just look at where your character model is on the screen, you know exactly where you're aiming at. Because imagine this. I Photoshop out the mouse cursor, and I replace the player model by just a dot, so you can't tell where I'm looking. Suddenly you have a dot in the middle of the screen, and you don't know where the cursor is because it's gone. How do you tell anything? Well, you can't. If you hold shift, however, look, the cursor is gone, and the player model is just a dot. However, I know the dot is in the bottom left corner. So, just by logic, you can deduce, well, the cursor must be on the opposite side of the screen. And now this sounds annoying to have to think about this, but after a while you don't think about this. Your brain will just automatically like extrapolate this line between your character, which usually stands out on all maps, especially Tony in my opinion. You'll just get used to this, and just by throwing around your cursor like this, you always know where you're aiming because you can see where your cam is going, right? If you were to do the same without shift, you won't. You will have to stop, look where your character is looking, and then even then the cursor might be anywhere on this line, even when you know where you're looking. Whereas that's not the case with shift. So shift is incredibly good. I spent 10 minutes talking about shift because that's how important shift is. Please hold shift all the time. So yeah, you've just cleared this room. It's just melee. These two dudes, you don't have to run at them. You can just, you know, stand back a bit, have them come at you. That's often easier. And then you just punch this dude, take his suitcase, and finish the game. Can't finish this level without the suitcase. And here, this is also easier with Tony because you can execute these people in one hit, whereas every other mask takes 3 hits to execute someone on the ground with a melee weapon. Then this dude, you can't punch him to death, you have to pick up the melee even with Tony. Let me do that in quick once again, just so you get an impression of what this would look like in high speeds. So here you can wait a bit for them. It's a lot nicer than if you were to walk at them at full speed and they suddenly launch at you at full speed. They don't even wind up, they have no acceleration, they just instantly pop at full speed at you. It's awkward to react to them, so some melee enemies, it's a lot nicer to just stand back a bit, wait for them to come at you, if you know that they're the nasty kind of AI. And at the end of every level you have the score screen. To skip it as fast as possible, you want to start by holding left mouse button. So you walk into the car and then, hey, I should hold LMV. And then when this score on the bottom, the green one, appears, you cannot, it won't skip forward. Here's where you need to start spamming the LMB instead. And you just spam, 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 because the grade that appears here, the A+, you also need to click LMB to skip it, so that's why you keep spamming. Then you walk into the car. I just walked into the trunk. That's something you can do whenever the car is vertical like that. You don't need to go into the trunk. Oh, that's already been 30 minutes. But this next level is incredibly easy. Not so much basics to cover either. Punch this dude, punch this dude. He will always drop a gun. And this random weapon spawn up here, it might also spawn a gun. So you can choose whichever one you want. So here, make sure you hold shift. You're always holding shift, why would I tell you this? Pop through the door, make sure you know where this dude is because you want to get rid of him. He's usually like down here or there maybe. And then next up, the couch dude. And then you want to lure this man. He starts in this room, so that's why you want to lure him so you don't have to go down to him. And you take out the couch guy. So I lock on to some of these guys. I hope you don't lock on everywhere, because it'll just slow you down, it'll make you... it'll take away your confidence into your own aim, and that's not good for you at all. You want to do most of the aiming, especially with walking enemies. If they walk sideways and you lock on, well then you shoot where they have been, because they walk out of your... where you're aiming. But if you have a stationary dude like this one, or someone that you know, like this dude, he will come right out of this door straight at you. I like to lock onto these people, so choose the guys you lock onto wisely. It's not a shame to use lock on, it's just not always a good idea. So these two levels you really don't need to practice much. However, most other levels you should do like 20 times in a row. I would say that out of the 12-hour challenge, you should let's say don't spend any more than 1 hour in part 1. Spend around 20 minutes per level in part 2. So that's like 1.5 hours or something. Part 3 is a big one. You want to do those levels. You won't get to do them a lot because they're long, they are hard, you're gonna die a lot. But make sure you practice the levels in part 3 a bunch. You can easily just, on your first time through part 3, part 4, part 3, you can spend 3 hours on it. And so you go on until, I don't know, if you have, after 8 hours you should have seen the whole game. And then try to allocate the rest of your time on the most important levels that you're still feeling not very confident about. And maybe the last 1 or 2 hours you can spend on runs. Don't do any runs before you hit the 10-hour mark. Don't you dare. Oh yeah, right, you don't need to choose masks anymore after the very first time, because since you don't go into the main menu or whatever, the game just remembers the last mask you chose, and you'll always be Tony, so at the start of a level, you just spam left click to choose the mask you want. Okay, so this floor isn't hard. Just one thing, if you walk in directly, I chose the wrong mask or whatever, there's a chance that this one dude here sees you. I mean, he won't do it now, obviously, because... But it would be safer if you walked to this door and just waited like a second before you walk in and execute him like this. And this dude you punch. He should hopefully drop a gun, and with the gun you shoot up here. If he doesn't drop a gun, then the top dude, he will be patrolling this square or whatever. You don't want to walk up to him because he has a gun. So just stand here in this corner and wait for him to come around, and when he's somewhere here you can just punch him. There. Execute, punch, shoot or punch or whatever. These guys will not react to sound ever, so you'll have to walk up to him, punch him, walk up to him, punch him. And this next screen, this doesn't look at all like how it does in modern runs, but this strat is really easy. You should go up the right stairs and just punch a bunch of people. Punch him, punch him, punch him. Punch this dude and then try to lure this. Hello? Punch him. That's incredibly easy if you ask me. Once you're used to the melee. You might have a hard time getting acclimated to the melee, but after doing it for 10 hours, I hope you feel good about it. So yeah, there's one dude here, he always drops a gun. It might be a shotgun, it might be an assault rifle, it doesn't matter too much. Here is this wall, this yellow wall, you can shoot through it. Whoop. There aren't many of these. Actually, this is the only level we can do this, but yeah. You go here, you shoot through the wall, try to hit some of these, but don't spend too much time shooting, because this will obviously lure people. Like there's one dude up here, he will come at you, and maybe someone from the bottom that you didn't kill comes at you. Like I didn't kill this one, he could have come, theoretically. So you wanna throw away your weapon, make sure to just spam the shit out of right click, because you might pick up another weapon instead that lies just right next to you. With Tony, since you just want to get rid of everything and use your fists, just spam right click to be sure that you don't have anything picked up. And then, you know, wait here in this corner for them to come around and punch them. And then, like, yeah, well, this dude, you can pick up a gun here and like walk in here to kill them. If someone's left like I just had him, obviously you can shoot him through this wall again, just to be sure. Yeah, or you just walk over here and let me do that in fast again. Okay, see, this time I don't have a gun, so wait for him to walk around the corner. Bam, bam. Okay, so that's not the best RNG here to have him. I don't know, either take a gun to take him out or try to punch him like I did. That wasn't like super fast now, because I started explaining something again, but a bit smoother than before. Oops. There, I forgot which direction I have to go into the car. If you want to remember which direction you have to go after a level to walk into the car, one handy trick I've seen people use is when they have splits for every single level. Not everyone has it, plenty of people just use splits for every part, so only 5 splits. But if you do use splits for every single level, you can, into the split name, type in the direction you need to walk. I've seen people do that and it actually works. It's great. Decadence. I love this level. So you punch this dude and then you walk to this door. Wait for them to line up like this. You just want them to be as close as possible to minimize the time they have to react. And then you want to pick up a gun. They always have guns. Pop open this door and shoot. Aim for the couch guy, because he has line of sight, and this other dude, he's a roamer, he might be anywhere, and just wait for him, like shoot the couch guy, walk back, and shoot the other guy as he walks through the door. Might get knocked down, but that's not a big deal. So now you take another gun with fresh ammo and walk straight back here. You shoot this guy across the hall, and this should bait these people. And the door opens up, so you can either do what I did and just keep shooting, maybe hide behind this corner if you're unsure, or you can, after shooting the dude on the top, throw away your gun and punch them as they walk through this door. If you want to punch people who are walking through a door, make sure that you're actually close to the door, like this, right next to the door, so your fists go to the door. Don't stand like down here. Oh, you know, oh, it's right next to the door. No, it's not. You can't reach them. So they still walk out of the door and have like this much space to react to you and shoot you or punch you or whatever. Every little bit that you give them is too much. The AI is a beast. But yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Stand somewhere, stand on the pink stuff. This dude will not see you then. Shoot him and deal with these people however you like. And for the next one, you don't need a gun. Just punch this dude. Make sure that this could theoretically aggro the guy in the center here. Sometimes it doesn't, as you can see, it does nothing right now. Sometimes it does though. Well, and pop open this door, wait for them to come to you, because you just walk down here. I mean, I'm fairly used to the game, but it's awkward when you don't know when they react and what pattern you get from them. Punch this dude, he always has a gun. So now, this gun, pop open this door, and you want to prioritize the guy in the corner. If that lures, so every time you shoot, you can still lure one more dude. That's the only dude that can be lured at this point after you punch those people that I said to punch. But other than that, all these are stationaries, they don't react to sound. So you shoot that guy across the hall, you don't even need to peek out, you just open the door and you can shoot him from here, he won't see you. Then you shoot this bottom dude, There's no need to be afraid because this door covers you, and this dude is easy because he's the last one. Just make sure between shots that the last roamer, he can still react to sound. The guy that came directly to me, he might just come a bit later for you. And these last two dudes, you can punch them. You can also, you know, take a gun and shoot them. Up to you. As you go back, so every 4 levels there's a boss. And for this boss you want to bring a shotgun. Doesn't matter if it's a pump shotgun or a double barrel. The double barrel only has 2 shots. That's something to remember, so maybe you want to prioritize a pump shotgun. And just make sure it's not like the gun that you just use to kill people because it won't have ammo, right? Just take a fresh one, bring it down, walk up here, and when you skip the text, you can just wait here and shoot him without much of a problem. You can walk on top of him after 2 shots, but you can also just wait and shoot him 3 times, because for some reason you can already kill him after 2 shots, but he will only stop fighting after 3 shots. I don't know, it's weird. And yeah, the girl, make sure to spin her real good as you walk to the car. So just let me do this little once more, quick. This strat, so pick up a gun here, and then kind of afraid of this. Oh, someone else came, so no biggie. Take a fresh gun. Maybe lock onto him just to be sure. There we go, easy. Okay, I walked out a bit much. See, I walked out instead of shooting the guy in the corner from inside, so that's why he reacted. And then I told you to just stand, but I mean, if you go properly fast, you walk up to him to kill him faster. Then you spin the girl as fast as you can. That helps you later in the run. Okay, so I told you every 4 levels is a boss, and after a boss, the part ends and the new part begins. For this, after walking into the car, you hold right click to skip this cutscene coming up after this, where you talk to those three people who are speaking in riddles. And the rest is normal apartment stuff. So tension is known to be one of the worst levels in the game, but there is a strat which, if you don't risk it too much, it's fairly easy to understand. So, funny. So you kill this dude here, okay, because he's the only guy here in the middle. You go into this top left room, let's call it the bathroom. These 2 guys always have guns, and if you're not very unlucky, one of them has an assault rifle. In any case, this is a baiting strat, and doing a baiting strat, always go for the maximum ammo gun, which is the assault rifle. If you don't have an assault rifle, I would do something like take the double barrel, it shoots really fast, and then if you need to switch to another gun which shoots slow. But you've already seen the idea of the strat. Just stand in this corner, shoot a bunch, and people will come to you. Let's do that again. Just to clear up some details. As I said before, whenever you lure someone around a door, make sure that you stand right at the door. Don't stand here in the corner, stand at the door. And also make sure to shoot from inside the bathroom. If you shoot outside the bathroom and you're standing inside the bathroom, everyone will be standing here, and you would have to walk out to punch them. And look what happens. There's a dude outside. He might have shot me. Okay, and also people immediately after gathering at the spot of the sound, once they've gotten there, they start dispersing again randomly. So by the time you get down to punch them, some people have already gone away and it gets really messy. So make sure you stand here, right here at the door. Shoot, 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 shoot. And as you see people are coming, make sure to throw away your gun just by spamming left click, right click to make sure you don't have another gun picked up. And here, I mean, you don't even need to time your punches if you don't want to. You can just stand here and hold L and B. And then you repeat this, or if you feel really cocky, you can do something like this. This guy will never get lured, and this guy almost never will get. I don't think he will ever get lured from this. From inside the bathroom. From inside the bathroom, actually, there will be 2 dudes here, and that 1 dude up there. So you can try this, or you can try just standing here and baiting him from closer. They will react if you stand closer and try to bait them. And then you shoot that guy, and you're done. For the next floor, you don't need a gun. Just pop through the door and wait for them to come at you. Maybe it's even better to walk out the door a bit better so they actually see you. And when you get these... when you have to wait for someone to walk at you to punch them, like, you can theoretically just walk into them and get a few good punches. I don't like it though. There, I died. I'm relatively good at the game and I die. So I don't recommend this to you. I recommend to you to just stand here and maybe even after every kill, every time you killed someone, take a step back so you get extra time to react to the new person and to look what they're up to. Good. General tip. And after that you walk in here. If you're not very fast, maybe if you're unlucky with the how they reacted, you might be relatively late. You might just have to wait for them to come around again. But yeah, one of them has a gun. And you wanna probably wait for him to walk around this corner as well. These 2 dudes never react to sound, so even though you shot him around the corner, you don't have to worry about him as long as you hide here. So you can take these out relatively easy. Here you need to blast open this door with a shotgun. Sound warning. And these guys, they only stand up when they can see you. And what you want to do is walk. You can lock onto him if you like. You want to walk down to around. I threw away my fucking gun. Idiot. You want to walk down to. Ooh, chill. Not even far down, but around where he is sitting. So once he gets line of sight of you, he should be dead, so about like this. And you walk straight up again, and then you can deal with this one. In proper runs you actually see something like this. This is really easy once you get used to it. But just make sure to kill the bottom dude first, because he gets line of sight on you first. That's tension. As long as you know how to do the lure strat, it shouldn't be... the baiting strat shouldn't be much of a problem. Actually, I wanna do every level once more and fast, right? So let's do this one. And fast. Sorry, I almost did my like the strat I usually do. Okay, when someone gets knocked down somehow by a gun, walk out, but walk in again to repeat the process. And here I didn't spam right click enough to get rid of my guns. Again, this asshole didn't react, I guess. What happens? There are all kinds of strats on this level, but this is the old one. This is a good one for beginners. Like 4 years ago, people really used much less risky strats. Oops. So, if you don't want to watch this tutorial and instead just check out strats quickly, like go and watch Duke or CFB. They have they have really good gameplay and fast-ish strats, just not top risky-ass strats. So, yeah, actually, nice to watch. So yeah, here, okay, you just punch this dude, the first dude, you punch the second dude here, and then you walk into this bottom left room. Then you wait here for these guys to, like, I like to wait for the gunman to come to the door. And just, yeah, punch a bunch of people. Now what I would recommend, so one thing you can do is like, this is really cycle based, so you can do is this is what we actually do in runs, but it's kind of tricky. So if you want a really basic strat, you won't get good cycles, presumably, because you're not really fast yet. So here's a strat that doesn't have much to do with cycles, so you throw something at him. With Tony you can't approach him safely, so you throw something at him, get his gun, stand about here, and do the base strat. Repeat. Boom. Again, you don't need to bring a rifle, because this dude drops a rifle. Pop open the door. This is, again, you can do the baiting strat here. If you feel cocky, you can even keep shooting, but just doing the baiting strat. There you go. Tony can do this. Brandon can't. This takes out a lot of people. Then you just pop in here to kill him. Here you don't walk into this room. This guy will kill you immediately when you cross this line, so just shoot him from outside. Pop open the door if you have to. If you have a shotgun, I haven't explained this yet, but shotguns can even open doors that are completely closed. Yes. Except this door is bugged, or it's right next to an object so it doesn't open properly. Anyway. Here I recommend hitting the right dude first, and then the top dude, because of how the door opens. After the first shot, you should probably like walk around this corner just to be sure. But this dude, sometimes he reacts, sometimes he doesn't. This time he did, and I'm lucky that I backed off. Throw away the gun and punch him, or just keep the gun and like walk maybe backwards, just shooting at the door. No one's coming. So this game is actually it's programmed by apes in Sweden. It was a nasty experiment by evil scientists. So the AI pathfinding is absolute fucking garbage, and that sometimes happens. They glitch out instead of coming at you. You have to live with this. That's full house. So I really hope we're going through the levels faster now, that I don't have to explain everything in great detail. I said in the beginning I wouldn't explain things in great detail, but damn, just watch like 5 minutes of the Snowfest tutorial and you'll know what great detail is. Never mind. No. Anyway. Next level, again, you won't be doing the strats from the world record run here. And they aren't really hard, but people complain about this for a long time before they get good. So punch this dude, take a pump shotgun, pop open the doors and pray. Pray that you kill the dudes and they don't kill you. Not much to say about this. Pop open the doors and then hide behind this. Make sure to like pop them open in the middle so both of them open properly. Don't want to deal with doors. What you need to know about this, the waiters, the dudes with the Uzis, they will stop walking once they see you. They will just stand here forever and shoot. The two dudes in white, they will come at you. They see you, they will run up to you. So in that case, if you're not very confident, or if you're unlucky and haven't killed them before they come, hide behind this corner, for example. Just wait for them to come around the corner and shoot them. Like this. And you need to make sure that these fat dudes, the fat suits who are eating, they also need to die before you can progress. And to the next floor, this is where you want to actually take a gun. Take an automatic rifle. For example, an Uzi, they always drop Uzis. You can also take the assault rifle, it's not a big deal, but you probably just go for an Uzi. Just go for an Uzi, it has more ammo too. What you don't want to do here is shoot before the door even opens. Just shoot straight down. And when it opens, obviously shoot. And it should kill, because you shot early, you lured these people even before the door opened. And just by shooting down, this is where they aggregate anyway. So they die off screen. So that's easy enough. And this quadruple kill, it's not that easy. You need to like sort of walk in a curve like this. It needs a little bit of practice. The important part, however, which when I was new I didn't quite get, is move your mouse too. You can like transport, even if you do only one hit, this, you can transport the damage zone, like the kill zone in front of you, by moving your mouse. So if you move it really fast, you can have a 360 kill, you know. You do this, you probably just hold left click while doing this too. You want to go from right to the left because of how the door opens, right? Opens here, so the right dude sees you first. And then this dude should be somewhere close to the door. Punch him, kill the dude on the toilet. There we go. There are 3 fat suits on this level who can't do anything, but you need to kill them. Alright. I wanted to do it fast, right? Let me do it fast again. Though this might just be a level where that is the least important, however. Whatever. Okay, so here you can see it. You can just see comes about here. You'll stop there for a second as well. If you're absolutely shit out of luck and have no gun here somewhere and you're out of ammo, you can try and walk back here, but make sure to remember that if there's an Uzi guy here, he will shoot like across the hall down there. Yeah, instead of going fast through the level again, I'm just explaining more stuff. I don't know. Can't even keep up my own fucking script. So yeah, that's that level. Let me just skip forward through the menu. Obviously you won't be doing this, that's not allowed in this category. Here, I hope there's not too much to explain. Punch these dudes. Usually he doesn't walk always. The gunman doesn't always walk out of here. But what he always does is have a pump gun, because here's a fat suit. And in my opinion, oops. Okay, I'm glad I died actually. So when those dudes do walk out of one of these doors, I like to go for them first, because they have guns. If I shoot the fat suit and not them and they see me while they shoot at me, that's awful. However, I can just kill one of these gunmen and then run away from the fat suit since he's a melee based character. But yeah, you just stand about here around this corner. If you have a lot of people coming at you at once, you can also retreat to like this place and shoot from down here like this. Punch them too. Shouldn't be that much of a problem on the screen. Here, to get the double, remember to swing your attack, swing your mouse. Oops. Get double to get multi-kills. You punch these guys. After these guys, you punch the dog and punch this dude. Now, this time he dropped a double barrel. You might not like the double barrel yet because you're not used to the game yet. You can walk down here and grab a better gun. And from here you wanna... First you wanna like, shoot in this angle, like up there. And this should lower the fat suit. Alternatively, you can like grab a gun, lock onto the fat suit like this. Like this. You lock onto the fat suit, walk in here, shoot him until he's dead, and then punch these dudes who should have been lured, or maybe you brought a double barrel here, they didn't get lured, and then you do whatever, you grab a new gun and kill them. Here, punch, 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 and for the last two dudes you grab a gun, which I've double clicked for no reason. There we go. It's an easy floor. Punch the dude, punch the dog, punch the dude. Grab the gun here, and as long as it's not a double barrel, you can like stand down here and just lure them into a trap. If you have a double barrel, here we have a cutscene. If you have a double barrel, you'll have to like peek around the corner and try to get a good shot on them. Or if you're lucky, they're very close, you can melee them. But yeah, this is also not a hard floor, I don't want to go with too much detailing. You can do the phone skip here, by the way. So once everyone's dead, you have like 2 or 3 seconds to get to the phone before it goes off. What you can do is like walk into this corner or walk like right below the... walk into the reach of the phone. That's the important part. Hold right click and spam left click. I don't know exactly what does the trick, but some combination of some of these things will make interacting with the phone a bit faster than having to wait for the phone to ring and then blah 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 blah. Here we have a boss fight, so let me do the level real quick again. If you have people leaning against the wall, you don't have instant executions, even as Tony. But instead you have really long animations, or if you have a melee gun and someone is leaning against the wall, you can instantly kill them with the melee swing, but not with his fists. Yeah, there are a lot of like yes, no's, and exceptions and whatever to this game's using for sure. Oh, that was a nice shot, man. So here's the phone skip. Like walk into the phone. Press all the buttons I told you to press. Hold R and B, spam L and B. And as you saw, the phone just... wasn't even any dialogue, it just popped up with like a dialogue window and it disappeared immediately. So here we have a boss fight. This is the most... this is an awful boss fight. I have like a fucking 15-minute tutorial on that shit. I hope I can sort of get to the meat of it in a bit less than that here. So, as you click away the dialogue, you want to hold down left, because in the bottom left corner you need to pick up a golf club. And that's no problem, because he won't... you don't need to be afraid of him. Like, you can't even walk up to him if you like. He'll only attack you when he's scripted to do it, like every few seconds. And also, If you're running away from him, what I don't like about it, I see people doing this and they sort of get yeah, they get really fucking close to him like this. This is pretty awful. You get into a corner or you get very close to the wall and you have nowhere to go from him. So what I like to do instead, like what everyone likes to do, is like be more in the center. Have him swing around you like this. Don't run too much, only just try to escape his attacks rather than him, because he will follow you anyway, right? What you can do is also manipulate him a bit. You can change his direction that he's moving. I've tried to do it there and failed miserably. So you'll see he's like walking to the right now, but by going left, going in the other direction, I can make him change the direction. And one important thing, so I can try to show you that now the knife can clank off a wall. It can hit the wall and just jump off again, and then he will kill you. That's awful. You heard that sound? That's what happens. Well, I couldn't really show you that he would then kill you, but you want to make sure that he doesn't throw into a corner, and you want to make sure that he doesn't throw at the table. Like this. See, now he picks up the knife, bam. With like fucking 500 miles per hour, he comes at you and kills you. You can't do anything about it. Because again, the game is programmed by monkeys, blah 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 blah. It's a tragic story and we all have to suffer for it. So yeah, try not to run all the time. Stay away from his scripted attacks. He does 2 of them. And then he does a throw. And you only have to do this twice. Easy peasy. There's no RNG in this, but like, I mean, I like to say there's no RNG in this, but I didn't tell you how to get rid of the RNG that there actually is. In a world record run there is no RNG. You manipulate him out of it. And again it says part 3, visitations. You hold R and B, skip the cutscene, go about the day again. Now we have part 3. So I hope that at this point you did every level multiple times, because the best way of practicing this game, whether for the 12-hour challenge or not, doing levels over and over again. Because the RNG will make it so that if you do a level once and then later you come back to it, it's a completely different level, and what you learned before is kind of foggy and stuff, and that's not helping you. Do a level like 10 times in a row, like, I don't know, it depends. Let's say do a level for many minutes at a row to get the most out of it. Also, don't reset for bad RNG. I've seen people do practice and they're like, oh, I don't like this RNG because if there isn't an assault rifle, the strat doesn't work well. Well, are you gonna reset in a run? You could. You could. If it's the first screen, if it's really early on the first screen of a level, if it's the 3rd or 4th screen of a level, you can't just, you don't want to just reset the level. Try to learn the bad RNG as well. That's Hotline. Bad RNG. That's the name of the game. That was its official working title before the publisher said that's a bad name, give it a different name. The actual name of the game was Bad RNG. Ooh, Push It. Push It is the loudest level. For some reason the music on this level specifically is really loud. Here, you do the quick kill, first of all. So good with Tony, man. And here you have to get a triple kill. So what you can do here is the same thing that you did in Clean It, like go like sideways and move your mouse. Remember to move your mouse. Or you can do what I like to do and only move your mouse. So what I like to do is like make sure to walk through exactly the middle of the door, look to the top right, and just walk down and whoop, swing once, 360. Just need to make sure that you don't have a helicopter flying over your apartment while you're recording a video. And also make sure to stand below the center dude. So you want to actually walk past him, below him, but you're right in between all of them because you're aiming up, right? You're aiming upwards, so you kill him with this. So you aim at top right and swing. And they instantly die, all three of them. So good. Pick up a gun. Try to lure these two dudes and this dog over there. So you start by just shooting left because they will get lured immediately and be easy pickings. You will not always kill them, so the important thing is to lure them and then shoot at the door. Try to not die. Pick up another gun, hopefully one with ammo instead of a double barrel here. I'll kill this dude behind this door. Walk here. And shoot down through this glass. If you don't know an idiot like me. Doggo, can you come? Doggo? Oh. You can shoot this guy on the bottom through this glass. That makes it pretty easy, otherwise you'll have to like hop out of here or something. But yeah, so he always drops a gun. He either drops a an assault rifle or a pump gun. I hope he drops an assault rifle, you'll see why in a bit. But you don't need it now, so on the second floor you go left first. On the second floor you just bring your fists. Go up here, wait at the door until they line up, kind of like on Decadence, just to make sure that he has the least amount of time to react. Walk up in this room, hope you don't die, you might get bad RNG. If you get really bad RNG and you keep dying, then well, shoot them. But usually you can just walk through this door and punch them. Okay, here, pop open this door, prioritize the stationary, and then this guy. Maybe grab a new gun with full ammo. Try to lure these dogs. The dogs are awful. This might lure someone else too though, through the bottom, so remember that. And then from here on, there's not much left. There we go. Easy. Here you wanna pick up a gun. You have two random weapon spawns here, so you might get a nice one like an MP5 here. It can be an assault rifle, an Uzi. And this dude, either a pump gun or an AR. So I'll take the automatic rifle here. Shoot the guy here and just do something like this. Either this, or you might get different lures than me. They might come really late, and you can throw away your gun and punch the people coming here. Usually the guy on the left will be first, so after killing him, you want to aim left first and then sort of spray. Sometimes, admittedly, the right people come first, so you might just want to spam around a bit if you see a lot of people coming. Do it a few times, you'll find out it's your taste. And these guys are easy. They never react to sound. You can kill the first dude without the second one seeing you, that he doesn't have line of sight. So pop open the door, shoot. Hop around the corner, shoot. You're out again. Let me do that in quick. Here we can shoot open doors with pumpkins. Hello. That's why I want you to shoot him dead. I hate video games, man. I hate dogs. Pick up the pump gun. Yes, thanks. Oh. Yeah, whatever, man. I don't like push it, especially not with Tony. Prioritize the stationary. Actually, I got them both. Though these dogs, stay away from the fucking dogs. Just stay really far away from them because they're awful. Maybe throw something at people because you're Tony. Oh, here's a random weapon spawn. You might get an automatic rifle here or here. Look, there's an assault rifle. You don't wanna bet your luck on this. Whatever. Okay, you can mix it up with melee and whatever you like. This is not an easy level, I'll admit. And I should remember to just skip these friggin' 4 screens and just skip forward to the next level. Here on this floor we have an easy strat. Walk in, wait for the dog. You're holding shift, so you see the dog from really far away. Obviously you're holding shift because I told you that for like 10 minutes. And these dudes also you can like wait for them to come at you. That makes it a lot easier to deal with them. Then you need to deal with this room. These guys are really awful. What you should do is like pop in and out again. If it doesn't work on the first attempt, do it again, you know. Or if you get only one of them, you can grab the gun and shoot them and then do something like this, you know. The typical Tony gameplay. And then usually you'll have at least one dude left in this room. And even in my runs, I like this strat a lot, just the them out of here, because they are major pains in the ass. That's it already. Usually at full speed you'll like kill a dog, clear these dudes, kill the dudes in the middle, take care of these guys, and after that you'll have like the dog from the top. So just remember the top dog. Yeah, I'm the top dog. Just saying. Then, if you can, bring an assault rifle. Like if one of these guys here at the end, or this random weapon spawn has an automatic rifle, bring it to the next floor. And first thing you do on the next floor, throw it away. If you don't find assault rifle, it's not a big deal. This guy always has a double barrel. A double barrel is just not as good as the rifle at baiting people. You throw it away, you punch these guys on the bottom, and after punching them you wait for the top dude to come to you. That makes it a lot easier to deal with them. So now you either take your rifle or the double barrel, and you want to lure the guys from the center room. They are awful. Anyway, you can lock onto him and start shooting from about here. Lock. Here. Make sure to throw away your gun relatively early, because you'll have potentially a lot of people coming here and shooting at you. Whatever, coming at you, whatever, in whatever way. If you use the double barrel, you get less lures, but it works anyway. There's one... I want to explain something, I'm coming. There's one stationary up there. Usually after killing people who got lured, take your time to kill him. And then you'll have to deal with the laser. So, to not die to the laser, you have to stand between these windows. Also, you have to not wait like a fucking hour to do this. Otherwise the police will kill you with SWAT. So either look at the bottom and stand between the windows, or look at the top and stand in the windows. What I do actually. And you have to kill 10 people here. I can't talk and think at the same time. You have to kill 10 people here. Make sure that you either stand on the left here when you do it, or maybe you lure a bunch of people and then you shoot them from this other side. To not stand like in the laser zone when the game ends, because the laser will appear and kill you on the first frame if you stand in the window. And I forgot again to do the level in fast. Really bad at my job. Wait for the dog. Punch, punch. Wait for these dudes. Punch. Yeah, okay, I've never seen that happen, to be honest. If they're close to the door, you can just walk to them too. Well, this is going horribly so far. I can't fucking... Oh my god, this never happens to me. Because I tried to explain how you can stand between the windows, now I'm actually doing it, but on the wrong side. So this oriented up. Fuck this. Hate this game, man. Awful. As you walk out, punch this dude. You have to punch this dude. Okay. And you just walk straight to the car. And again, I should not have looked at the fucking end screen. Okay, it was relatively short. Next level is fucking awful. Like, for real. You'll hate this level. It's a fun level once you're good. It's not fun at all when you aren't. So you do the quick kill on this dude. And then you wanna hit, you wanna hug this left wall, because there's a guy behind the glass. If you don't hug the wall, it's gonna kill you. So you melee these dudes. If you're fast, you can get this guy with this guy's cycle. If you're not, you will have to sort of freestyle it by trying to bait him or just wait for his cycle or whatever. It's pretty awful, but what can you do? And from here I prefer to melee everyone. The cycles usually align better than this. You can also shoot this guy, this lures some people. Here you can, for this dude, he walks in this square, you can wait for him to see you from here. And then deal with these guys either with a gun or punch them, doesn't matter. Just, like you can take them both at once, with like one swing, but you'll probably want to like kill one, back off again, and make sure to look at the other one directly. Here, make sure to walk through the door relatively quickly, because these guys will very fast, they will land in front of the glass. You don't want to go to the glass, so kill these guys, these two guys, the gunmen, as quickly as possible, then make a step back, fuck off. Because here's the melee dude, he'll come at you too, and you want to have some room for reaction time. Then, hopefully you can just walk into this room. Here's the stationary, he'll always be here. The other guy is a roamer, so this time he walked out here, which I've never seen. What he usually likes to do is like be here in this corner perhaps, or even walk into this room up here. Which incidentally is the room you're gonna walk into as well. So do this, sort of. Then walk up here, just hold LMB, to be honest. And here you wanna prioritize the gunman, and then try to kill the melee dudes one by one. Like kill one, take an extra step back, kill the other. They are nasty, they can give you bad patterns if they come close to each other but not at the same time. So the gunman always has a gun, that's why I call him the gunman. Take it and pop open this door. This. Usually the dog will be around too, so you want to pop open the door, shoot him, and take a step back to deal with the dog as he walks through the door. And then you just walk down here, repeat the thing, and repeat this, and you're out. Here you should take an assault rifle next. You have a lot of guns to choose from here, like here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one. And on the other floor when you walk back, here's one, here's one, here's one, here, and here. So you should have an assault rifle by now. What you want to do is aim in a 45-degree angle up right. There will be a man there behind a pane of glass, and you're gonna kill him immediately because he will be the first person to see you, and he will kill you immediately. Like, look at this. So what you do is this. And after that, you have a few ways to deal with this, but usually you want to stay in this area, sort of. You can also, like, walk. Can you kill me? Yeah. Back into this door area and shoot from there. What you don't want to do is walk past this line. If you walk here, here are people behind the glass, they will kill you immediately. You can also do something like this. You're more open, people will see you eventually. Forgot to kill the guy in the top. I don't know, I've never practiced that. I usually go down actually. So you can do this. Whatever you like. I think when I was new, I would like to go here actually. And then when you've dealt with these people, you grab a gun and shoot the bottom right corner. You should be doing it faster than this though. So there should be 2 people. Hate the strat, to be honest. I don't like it much at all. So. And usually when you've taken care of the guys in this corner, there might be people still patrolling the outer edges of the level. So if you don't see anyone and you're like, oh, who do I need to kill? You need to kill anyone who's patrolling the outside. And for this next one, you don't need a gun. So you just kill this dude and then you walk up. This happens sometimes, he has epic reaction time. Kill these, kill the dog and the guy, and walk here to kill him too. You have 2 guns to choose from, and if you can, take the assault rifle. Because you know, when I want you to take an assault rifle, you probably are supposed to bait people. Lock onto the fat suit, wait for him to be in a corner, instead of like at the door or whatever. Walk into the opposite corner and just shoot. And this will bait everyone here. Not everyone. This will bait a bunch of people here. And after 1 round you just pick up another gun as I just did. And repeat the process until everyone is baited. Except this one dude at the bar. He's a stationary, he doesn't listen to sound. And he's a stationary, he also doesn't listen to sound. Grab a gun. Hopefully a shotgun. Because, well, it doesn't matter for him. But his door might be closed, but you can open the door from down here. Can I close the door somehow? Yes. See what happens when I use an assault rifle on this. I mean, the pistol is about as good as the assault rifle. It just closes the door. You can open the door like this. It's the same thing that happens when an assault rifle. With a shotgun, the door opens, and you kill the guy behind the door. Let me do that and fast. I was very shocked by the shotgun shells there and died to the melee dude in shock. Well done for me. So I do this, but you should be a bit more careful around the end of the first floor. Don't see an assault rifle right off the bat here, but here's one. Hey. One thing I didn't mention, which is incredibly important, the sound effect people make when they get knocked down is vastly different from the sound effect they make when they die. So always try to listen to the knockdown sound effect, because it gets messy. If you see like a bunch of people dead here, there might just be one dude on top of them who isn't dead and you don't know exactly. You can hear it though. Once you get used to the sound, it just sticks out like a whatever English people like to say in that sentence. And for that I recommend also just go into the menu and lower the music volume a bit just to hear the sound effects better. Oh, that was a good lure. That was everyone almost first try. One dude left there. Beautiful. Hot and heavy is really fun once you've learned it. Deadline. Mixed feelings about this one. So just punch this dude and everyone will see you. There's a bunch of people who see you because everything is glass. But they are all melee dudes, so you just wait here and punch them. Pick up the silenced pistol here. This guy always has a silenced pistol, the very first one. Lock onto the couch guy on the right. You should die to one shot. Throw away the gun. Punch this dude. And here. If you have something like this, if you have an assault rifle by either of these guys, look for an alternative. So for example, I can take the shotgun instead. Sometimes you only have an assault rifle and you have to deal with it. What you need to do with that gun is kill these guys. So you don't want to get close to them. Here's lots of glass. So once you get close, you die. There you go. But if you stay on that line... Okay. If you stay on this line, however, you can do whatever, they won't see you. So you just line yourself up about here, look over. Luckily, you're a master of using shift and can see them from all over here. And just whoop. Okay, they survive bullets sometimes. You can kill them with just a few bullets, so if you really want to bring the assault rifle with you, you can do that by just not wasting all your ammo. If none of these two guys dropped an assault rifle, you might have luck with either of these guys. So he has a gun, the couch guy always has a gun. His gun always drops under the couch, so you cannot really see what it is until you pick it up. But yeah, hopefully you bring an assault rifle to the next floor. What you want to do is shoot pretty early. The door opens automatically and there's a guy who kills you immediately if you haven't killed him yet. This should bait these two melee dudes too, so you just stand down here and wait for them to come. And now, this is a wild combination of having just stationary targets that you want to prioritize and roaming pieces of shit who want to kill you. So you want to look around. Your main target is this dude here in the corner, but you cannot really pop out if there's someone roaming down here like this guy. So you want to kill him instead. Make sure no one gets lured. Well, you want to look around every time you shoot, to be honest. You want to look around, make sure if someone got lured or not. Okay, and now you know, oh, I'm free, I can prioritize my preferred targets. So you kill him first, then you kill the top guy. There we go. Every time you kill someone, make sure you don't... I'm basically telling you, play like a pussy, but it's... even on a fast run, I go through the same motions of checking. I just do it really fast because I'm used to it. My peripheral vision peripheral vision, that's how you pronounce it. Sort of adjusted to Hotline nowadays. So by doing what I just said, by doing it a lot, it will get fast. Then you can prioritize these standing guys. These 4 people will never react to sound. They will always stand. These guys can't even walk to you, they are trapped in this space without doors. Office life, man. This floor is not easy. It's a wild floor. You just have to sort of do it a few times, and then on your run, eventually you just have to pray to Jesus. On the next floor you don't need a gun. What you need is speed. I want you to sort of speed through this, punch these people. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Not everything has to go perfectly, especially here at the end. You might just kill one of these, he'll follow you into the last room or whatever. But once you've done this, you can sort of take a breath. Everyone else is stationary. Pop open, kill, kill. And here, as you walk backwards, target the top wall. That is the safest way of dealing with this. You just aim sort of in an angle like this. Can get a double if you're lucky. And here you might have lured this guy by doing like something like this. But you might also not have lured him in that case. Open this door. For the next floor, there will be a boss. So you can, if you like, so you won't see proper runners doing this, but if you like, you can look around for a shotgun. Here's a shotgun. And bring it down with you. And what you want to do is walk straight up. Just straight up, don't walk like left or something. Straight up, and this van will appear. And then there will be people coming out of it. And you can shoot them one by one. It doesn't work perfectly. What we will normally do is punch the first dude because we don't bring a shotgun. He will drop a shotgun though. And then you have to kill 2 fat suits in a row. That's why you have a shotgun. You shoot them, and then the reason we throw away the shotgun again is because when a fat suit dies, it takes a while for his hitbox to disappear. He might just stand around for a bit and be like a human dead shield for his companion who's walking out of the van. But his companion can shoot through him, so you can die and you can't kill him. It's kind of bad. That's why we throw away the pump gun and punch the dudes coming out of the van next. If you're not comfortable with that because it's tricky to throw away a shotgun, as you'll find, you can just... The boss fight is relatively quick, so you can just try your luck and just keep shooting with the pump gun until you win. One thing you have to remember though is you have to get out of the way of these Molotovs. So all of this can be complicated. If you don't feel confident about this, if you're not good yet, if you don't want to waste too much time practicing this, you can go for a pussy strat. So you can do this thing and then walk behind here. You'll see these guys walking out of the van, they act as though you don't exist, because they can't see you. Even though, you know, they came here to... whatever. They can't see you. As you stand behind this wall, and the Molotovs can't make it to you either. Now the fat suit will walk through the water as though there's nothing about it. I need to die here. But the other dudes, they will walk in the water, in the fire and die. It's nice. The fat suit will eventually see you here through the glass. You can walk through it. Now it's broken, as you can see. So this is the pussy strat. You just have to kill the first 2 dudes and then walk through the door and hide behind the wall. Don't hug the wall. Stand further up, as I did. It's not that slow, so to be honest, you can just do that immediately. And it's already part 3. These are some tough levels, not gonna lie. You wanna practice them good. So remember to do every level many times in a row. And here you get a cutscene where you walk into him, you just hold right click to skip his dialogue, you spam R to respawn, you keep holding right click because you need to skip another dialogue, and then you walk into this hospital thing. Alright, so we made it to Trauma. Trauma is not a proper level, it's a stealth level. So you skip this dialogue by just holding right click, spamming left click, and it'll go away as fast as it possibly can. First of all, you go down left, then up left to get to the window, and you spam left click to get through the window, and here the next window you also spam left click. Then you walk up to this door, and if you're fast, if you haven't made a single mistake on the way here, you can just walk across. But assuming that you're kind of slow, you probably have to wait for those policemen to open up a new page on this newspaper, and then you can walk past. And here you can walk here to this door, and you want to wait for this patrol to walk past this door. Like this. Now you walk here, and now you wait for this patrol to walk past the window like that. Now you go up right. And on this floor, I mean, you can wait. As you can see, they just walk past. You can also immediately... Is another patrol? Yeah. You can also immediately walk out the elevator like this. And then take a break there. Maybe even force... It's better to force a head freeze by just walking into this red thing here. Keep holding left. And you're out. Let me do that again. It's tricky. The movement is kind of weird. Don't overdo it with the up-down buttons to compensate the wibbly-wobbly movement. Just hold right and kind of tap up and down to make him, to suggest him which direction to go. Just tap up and he keeps going up like this. And now just tap down here and he goes down. If you get trauma on like the second attempt or something, like if you get it fast, I wouldn't spend too much time practicing this for the 12-hour challenge. Like if you're not doing the 12-hour challenge, I wouldn't practice it at all. Like I never did a practice run of trauma in my life. Some people find it incredibly hard, but it really isn't. Speaking of incredibly hard, Assault is incredibly hard, but there is a rather simple strat, at least for the first floor. Just go up here into this room, boop, punch these guys. You gotta be sorta... You might be unlucky and one of them is here, so you gotta, you know, pop over through the glass here, and you might have someone come up, but I don't have that in this case. And we just wanna do the bait strat, because we're Tony. And we're lazy. So, stand here by this door. Obviously on this right side, because the door opens to the other side. Don't want to stand where the door opens. Then we'll just punch people into the door, or rather the door into people. And then we just pick a gun and kill whoever is left. In this case it was only one person. Or on the next floor, we want to bring an assault rifle, so we pick up an assault rifle. There's at least 2 assault rifles on this floor at any given time, because there are 2 AIs on the bottom here. They have assault rifles, so you probably kill them very late. You won't spend any assault rifle ammo until you want to go to the next floor. So you take this rifle with you. First thing, you lock onto this dude. And you're gonna walk out and shoot him, but concentrate on the dude in the bottom left. Next, so like this, kinda. That's the motion you want to go through. Kill the dude you locked on, then kill the gunman who's coming from the left, and the fat suit from the left will also come. Don't be afraid from the left. Don't be afraid from the fat suit. Just walk like through him, but shoot him with at least one bullet if you can. If you miss him, it's not that big of a deal. And like there. And then you just clear the level clockwise. You can do it with guns or with melee. You probably want to, I don't know, like this dude behind these things is dangerous. Probably don't want to just stand around like I did there. So you can do this with melee as well. Relatively good. Be concerned about this man. He's fast. At the end, one fat suit, like once you make it to the top of this room, this melee dude will come and the fat suit, so be sure that around in this corner you pick up a gun. And most people will aggregate in this corner here. So here I prefer to punch them like this. You can like pop this door open and shoot them if you prefer, I don't know. I don't. And you'll probably have this fat suit here in this corner. If you're unlucky, you have him somewhere else on top or something. But whatever. For the next floor, you can bring a shotgun if you like. You skip the dialogue with right click. Punch these dudes, punch this dude, and take a shotgun. So your priority here is this fat suit in the middle. Just pop out, shoot straight up. And what you want to do after that is go back in, and if someone is being blurred from the left room, which will happen often, you can hide behind this aquarium, for example. You can shoot through the aquarium, but they can't really see you behind it. At least for a while. So you're relatively safe here and you can shoot at them. The same thing if you don't bring an if you don't bring a shotgun, well, you can do the same thing with an assault rifle. Not a big deal. And this is what you do. You pick these guys from the top. Just pay attention to the left. If someone comes, shoot at them. And yeah. Then you go to this part. You can do this with melee, you can do this with a gun, however you prefer. You don't need to pick up the keys at all. Instead, you can just come here now and punch him straight through the wall. So normally you're supposed to take the keys, walk around, into the cell, talk to him, blah blah blah. But yeah, the game is just beautifully programmed so you can punch the dude through the wall. And now you want to clear this top room. So if they are close together like this, or if the roaming man, so one guy is roaming and the other is stationary. If the roaming dude is somewhere on this line, on the way to the stationary, because you can kill the stationary with melee, no problem. If the roaming dude is on the way, you can just take them both with melee. If the roaming dude is somewhere in this corner, or maybe up in that corner, you probably want to take a gun. Either like take a peek and shoot, or maybe just blur them out. In case, if you do shoot, this is what you can do. If you do take a gun to kill these guys, then you might get luring. You might lure these people from here. Don't fret. You can hide behind glass. Yes, that is true. You can hide behind glass as long as AIs are reacting to sound rather than having seen you. They want to walk to the source of the sound and they don't look through glass anymore and hide behind objects like glass, even tables, anything that you cannot walk through, but you can shoot through, they will stop looking through. So yeah. Shoot, take this thing and then hide either behind this corner and kill them as they come around the corner, or even here. Or if you're really cool, I don't know, take a gun, shoot them as they come, something, as long as you hide behind the glass, you're fairly safe. So let me do this level a bit quicker. I have this gun? No? What the fuck game? There we go. Okay, that's fucking bullshit. I hate this fucking level. It's the worst level in the game. This floor is fucking cancer, so... typical Tony stuff here. Peek in this room to see if someone's there. Okay, same RNG as last time. Take an assault rifle. So usually the other tries I had more people left, but whatever. Fuck on. Oh, it's going badly, I missed everyone. Take a gun in this corner and wait for this fat suit. There we go. Then be... I don't know. Don't be too cocky around this corner, they have good reaction times. There. Pump gun, there we go. Skip this with right click, otherwise you shoot and lure people to your position. So if they walk through this, you just want to deal with them immediately. That went great. You don't have to wait for this, you can theoretically take care of the top room first if you want to melee them, and then take care of Richter. And yeah, if you don't get the lures, you can, I don't know, you can take a gun here and lure them out, or just walk straight up and then do a 360 like this. Whoop! Easy peasy. People are really afraid to go in there, all you need to do is press W and swing all the time. There's nothing to it. That's by far the hardest level in the game. We did it in only a few minutes, so I'm glad this tutorial is picking up in pace. Here on this level you want to have an assault rifle on the second floor. The problem is you don't always get one. So kill this dude, and if he doesn't drop an assault rifle, die. Let yourself be killed by the next guy. If you forget to do it and then you realize, oops, I don't have an assault rifle, you can still, you know, just restart the level and re-choose the mask, obviously. We're just gonna die until he stops dropping pump guns and gives us an assault rifle instead. Obviously we had assault rifles when we didn't want them, and if I'm gonna have this luck, I'm just gonna re-roll the fucking level. Hello? This is insane. Okay, there we go. So we go in here, and the first thing we wanna kill, shoot in this direction. We can do something like this, right here. It's going badly. This is not a good strat. This is seriously not a good strat. However, it's really easy to understand, and it has... it has me by the balls. You don't want to spend too many bullets on this. If you're lucky, you can maybe pick up a new gun in between the waves of people. Or maybe you can just shoot a bit and then throw away the gun and lure. You can try that. Okay, now we're just luring a bunch of people. Then pick up a gun again, just to not have like a constantly being run at by people. Play around a bit to find. This is just the general idea. Bring a assault rifle, shoot here, and try to kill everyone in this corner. Then just lock onto him, shoot, lock onto him, shoot. And he should drop an assault rifle, usually. I mean, you lock onto him and shoot very early. You cannot shoot through this tire, but you can shoot over the red stuff here. So shoot from an angle, don't let him see you and then shoot, because then he might not drop an assault rifle. You want to have an assault rifle for the next floor. And first thing, you throw it away, as always. You melee the whole left side here. Then you pick up the gun and shoot through this door here. That takes care of the dogs, because the dogs really suck. And it also usually lures the fat suit from the top. If it doesn't, well then you walk up to here perhaps, try to lure him again and shoot from afar. You don't need to like shoot him with 50 bullets. If you hit him with one bullet, he'll eventually bleed out. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you hit him and then walk back into the bathroom this time. Concentrate on him, punch him, go. And for this is not the fastest way of doing it, but by far the safest. Just hug this bar and walk into this corner. Even if you have like a bad cycle where they are on this side, you have to wait all the way. For the 12-hour challenge, I recommend just doing this. This is so safe. You just kill them when they come around the corner. Otherwise, you would have to like take a gun and shoot them from, you can't barely see them sometimes. And they have crazy reaction times, you're going to die. You don't know what you're doing, boy. I think the world record strats, like the strats that you want to do if you're going for world record, none of them really deal with this anymore. I think the strat Jack uses is like, the timing is exactly so that he lands here when the cycle is like this. And my strat, which I'm not close to world record, but my vengeance strat is good enough. I shoot them from like here or whatever. It's like I also use a cycle where they are on the bottom. Anyway, that's how bad it is to have to deal with this. That's what I want to say. And then this is relatively easy. You just pop open this door, shoot, and then immediately hide again, because they have crazy reaction times at this part of the game. Pop in again, there we go. You can move here relatively well. Don't like pass over this line though. Grab a gun and shoot him over it, like through the grass, and you're done. Let me do this a bit quicker. There, immediately got assault rifle. I hate this fucking piece of shit. Can I do this, perhaps? No. The other strat you can do is a melee strat. It's fucking shit with towing. That's why I don't want to teach you that in the first place. I mean, here, go you. Fucking hell, just walk through the fucking door. I hate this game. Fucking walk through the door. What is going on? Holy hell, man. So this. Oh my god. I hate video games right now. I haven't played Tony in a while. Walk through the fucking door, please. Holy shit. It's fucking hot at the moment. I can't, like, deal with this shit and have to deal with the temperature at the same time. Fucking hell. There you go. So much for doing this in fast. Here we're just gonna wait. I helped we got the quadruple, but no. Anyway, that's Vengeance. Assault and Vengeance you have to practice a whole lot. Those are hard ass fucking levels. Enemies have crazy reaction times. Nobody likes them. I mean, eventually people like Vengeance, but nobody likes them at the beginning. Here, this is the last level with with Jacket, I mean. The first floor, punch him, grab the gun, shoot, shoot. No, that's not rocket science. The Panthers are kind of rocket science though. You pick up the thing here, the cup, and then the trick, I would say, is stand a little far, like a step away from the Panthers, and keep like stepping away from them like this. That makes you die a lot less than like standing still or something. I think if you stand still, usually you die, but whatever. So now, after killing the Panthers, you can lock onto the boss. You need to go on top of the girl twice to execute her. And you can do the pussy strat, just to not have to practice this. Use your practice time in other levels that don't have pussy strats, like Assault or Vengeance. You click away the text, and you immediately wanna, after that, right click to pick up a knife, and then you walk behind the spring. Is that a spring? The water thingy. And during your walk there, you wanna right click again to throw at him. What you don't want to do though is click away the text and immediately like spam right click like a crazy person, because it's gonna take a moment for his hitbox to appear in the first place. So take a short moment before you throw it. And then what you do is, once he stops shooting, aim for one of the other knives and just spam right click. And since you're locked on, you'll get him killed. Here's the phone skip again. Just go to the phone, hold right click, spam left click. You pick this up, and it's the end of Jacket's story. You can click escape the moment that the photo is not centered in the screen anymore and it starts fading back. That's when you can escape to skip the credits, the fake credits. Here you skip the cutscene with right click, go to the bike, and safe house. So you play Biker now. Biker cannot pick up guns. He has 3 knives he can throw, and he has a melee weapon. So the melee weapon is like a knife essentially. You can just keep holding left click. And yeah, that's really all you do. He walks a bit faster than Tony. It's nice for a melee based character. Here you lock onto this dude, throw at him from far away, don't walk close. And here also don't walk close to this divider thing. They can see you through it, like this, dead. Lock onto him, kill, lock onto him, kill. And for this dude, wait for him to come about here. To be on one height with the stationary. So that's about where you wanna... Oh yeah, this is the wrong fucking strat. Okay, now, when he's at the same position as the stationary dude, you just walk over. You don't need to kill this melee dude at the same time. You can just walk down and try to get them. Then wait for the melee dude to come to you. That makes it a lot easier. Here in Biker's apartment, make sure to pick up the cat phone. Look up, pick up, there we go. The cat always tells the truth. Walking into this level, you don't want to walk straight up. By the way, no more mass selection, since you're only picking. You don't want to walk straight up because you knock him down. Just make a step to the left and then you can kill him easily. So you kill these 3 dudes and now you want to go to the left side. Your aim here is the bathroom. Don't walk all the way over on the left. Okay? Please don't do this. This just gives them more time to see you. This, especially the gunman here who killed me now. What you want to do is stay close to these arcade machines. Because from here you have a very short distance to the bathroom in which the gunman can see you. If shit hits the fan, you can what you can do is walk here and hide in this between the arcade machines, look around if everything's fine, and then walk up here. I'll kill him. This guy should have been, hopefully was baited, otherwise you will have to do some moves or maybe waste a knife on him, but usually you want to use the knife on this guy, you lock on, there you go, right click. You want to have 2 knives for the top floor, however. So if you waste your knife on the gunman, you just have to do melee on this. Here, make sure you try and kill this guy early. You need to get a triple kill on this. This might be hard, but it's very early in the floor, so no biggie if you die. And then after that, okay, let me restore this. You want to stand here at this corner, just wait for people to walk a knife. There we go. Then you walk straight down here, through the door. Don't walk to the left, because this gunman can see you if you stand here. You can go slow, you can make mistakes, because this cycle is so late. And then you just stand here, this corner, just hold left click, they die. Great. If you're unlucky like this, you might have this guy there. Yeah. You can't throw at him through the glass. But usually if you... What did I do from the strat I want to show you? If you go at reasonable speed, he rarely is there. Here. Be aware of the dog, he's an asshole. These guys are easy pickings. And so for the last 2 dudes you have 2 knives. What you want to do is hug this wall on the right. Just walk into this corner. If you walk into this corner, they can't see you except if the roamer has somehow made it into this place here, but then you're generally fucked anyway. Lock onto this stationary guy first. Easy. Now lock onto the other guy. And you probably want to wait for him to make a movement like this. And then he'll stand still for a while. And as you walk across the glass, you throw at him while he's standing still. If he's walking, there's a chance that you miss the knife. And then you'd have to walk in and try to bait him to you. And it's really awkward. He has fast reaction time and there might be a lot of space between you. But generally the biker levels shouldn't be a problem if you don't do risky strats. I mean, you can get awful RNG to be honest, but there's a good chance that if you just keep doing these strats, these easy strats, you don't die. Prank call. Prank call is so good. So in prank call we will fight Jacket, like we fight Perez Jacket. You want to lock onto this person here in the room. So as you walk in you can throw a knife at him. This skips a dialogue. go to the TV, the computer, and when you skip the dialogue here, it has like 2 dialogue boxes now. You want to hold left. You want to hold A, you go straight left until you hit the left wall. Until you hit the wall, and then you want to go straight up. Make sure you walk in a 90-degree angle curve. Don't make it like round. Don't like ease into going up. Just make sure you hit the wall on the left, and that's when you go up. No sooner than that. So I hold left, I skip the dialogue. There. No, I made a step up, and then I hit him with the cleaver. And there's nothing more to this fight. And that's when you can do this skip here to the wall. I don't show you this because it saves in a crazy amount of time. I show you this because it's cool and it's easy and you should do it just for fun. Just make sure that when you approach him, you don't approach him from the top or the bottom, because then you will kick him in an angle and just land inside the wall and be warped into the room again instead of making it out. But yeah, here we are right at the elevator. Good stuff. Good time save. Easiest time save of my life. And that's already the whole game. I mean, I'm saying already. I think this tutorial is 2 hours long. Sorry about that. I said it would be chopped down to the basics. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Oops. This is the last boss of the game, it's the ladder boss. You can save like 1 second by approaching it with your back towards the ladder, so if you look to the right. But yeah, here you skip the dialogue. Left click, left click, left click. You can't skip it with right click, you have to spam left click. And the timing ends when you touch the bike. Now. That's when the run is over. So, I hope this helps. I will write this into the video description, a link to the Discord, where if you do the 12-hour challenge, you should tell us about it. Because we'll be interested. Especially I will be interested to have a look and maybe help you with a few things. So I think I'll add the Discord. I'll maybe add my own Discord thing, so you can PM me if you'd like. You'll find a few things on the speedrun.com page, under guides, under resources, if you want to check those out. I think I've mentioned everything I wanted to say. Hold shift, do every level like 20 times. Don't do a single run before you hit the 10-hour mark. Yeah. Good luck on your 12-hour challenge. I hope you have fun. Not everyone is a natural when it comes to shooter games. Now, the more recent generation of gamers, you know, they all play those first-person shooters, so if you're the kind of person to play computer games, you're probably used to WASD, movement and mouse. If you come from like a purely console background, you might have trouble with movement and aiming. You'll just have to play a lot. You just have to play a lot. So yeah, if you really like the game, don't give up, but yeah. That's all I can say. Goodbye.